Hello, today I'm going to go over some legs at home. What I'm going to try to go over today is some squat variations, some deadlift variations, some hamstring, and then after that we're going to have to have a talk about calves. So to start, just get your feet in the band. The taller you are, the more this will put more tension, and I recommend wearing a shirt when you do this. If you don't, it'll hurt like hell. So you want the band running on your shoulders exactly like how you keep a barbell running. So when you stand, you can put your hands right next to it and you lose quite a bit of tension at the bottom range of motion. So the great thing about bands is, although you do lose a great amount of tension at the bottom range of motion, the thing bands are very helpful for squats specifically, is helping you learn the cueing of the reflex at the bottom of the range of motion, instead of sitting there with the weight and being like, oh no. This will help the hip drive. And then we're going to jump into some different squat variations. If you want to see those done heavier, I have some videos on some shorts on my YouTube account that show heavier squats with the bands. I believe I actually have about a 350-pound squat with bands on there somewhere if you want to take a look. This becomes simplistic. You might want to use a heavier band. With this, you just get your hands set up, make sure you have equal tension, and press the band against your body, and then you can just perform a Zercher squat mimic. Now this is a lot lighter. If you want to go heavier, you can. Just remember, bands are a bit different than weight. The latex bands are going to pull on your skin and on your hair. So if you're not used to it, you'll get used to it in time. So, once again, you can use your knees as a straight up indicator here. Press that band up against your body. Alright, so those are some squat variations you can perform at home. What we're going to go over next is some deadlift variations, which will be very easy. Once again, we're just stepping the band. Any band, any tension, you can do this at pretty much if you want. You can double up the band like I'm going to show you after. And with this, you can perform deadlift mimics. You do the side view. Bring my feet a bit closer together. Now the great thing about bands is they're great for glute exercises and Romanian deadlifts specifically. Or stiff-legged deadlifts, whichever you prefer. So with those you can perform rack pulls, deadlifts, the stiff-legged and Romanian variations, and etc. My personal recommendation if you perform any type of deadlift variation is to stick with a variation where you're not bringing the band too close back down, so you're not losing too much tension on the band. Alright, so we went over some squats and deadlifts. Now we're going to go over hamstrings. Hamstrings are actually a difficult muscle as well. The back of the leg is going to be very difficult with bands, and I'll explain in a moment. So for hamstrings specifically, all we have available to us are going to be Romanian deadlifts and hinged base movements. Those hinged base movements will give us some hamstring activation. Anything further than that, actually, we're doing it at home today, so I might as well show you. If you do not have an ab wheel to do a leg slide variation, you can perform something like this. grab 2 junk pieces of mail if you need to, or 2 blank pieces of paper. That's it. Lay on the floor, lift your butt up, and you perform a leg slide. That will also work the hamstring. So that's pretty much it for hamstrings. You can do hinge-based movements, leg slides, unless you have a way of directly targeting the hamstring with machines. That's basically it for the bands. Now we're going to have to talk about the calves. The calves become the biggest, complicated, and literally the most difficult muscle to possibly work out with bands. Specifically because you're always lifting your heel to perform the routine. It doesn't work the same way as, let's say, you're stretching out your chest. Anytime you perform, there's more tension when you bring your heel down. Let's say if I had a band on my knee and to my heel, it would only increase tension and make the exercise easier. So in the end, there is no way that I personally know of to work calves with resistance bands. Those wanting to work calves specifically though, calves are an easy muscle. You want to work your soleus, you can literally just bend your body over and bring your feet forward. And I'm going to go ahead and take my shoes off for this. And if you need to stabilize yourself on something, stabilize yourself on something. And with this, if you want to get your butt lower if you want, this is going to work the soleus specifically. And if you want to work the gastrocnemius, you need to do standing variations. The most simplistic standing variation that I can think of is literally going to a stair, one of your stairs, or something like what I'm going to do. I'm literally just going to step on this metal chunk right here. I'm going to stabilize myself, because what I'm focusing on here are clean reps. I wouldn't do this with socks on. I'm just trying to show an example. Those can be done body weight or even weighted with 20, 30, 40 pounds. They are a good exercise to build a mind-muscle connection to the calf specifically. So once again, you'll literally do this on your bottom stair, stabilizing yourself with one hand on the wall. In case something happens, you can lean up against that wall in that stabilized hand. Alright, so the only way to work out calves is by actively focusing on driving the heel, or driving the Achilles tendon and heel, right? So you're always going to reduce tension when you perform the exercise of the band. Once again, you could literally just stand, bend your knees, and you're going to work your soleus no matter what. If you want, you can get lower and really hold it, get like a stronger contraction in there. And then we once again went over the standing. So we went over how to perform some legs at home. I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and I'm going to then make an ab video, okay? Thank you for watching. Bye.